Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Racing Unleashed, where we are here for the fourth round of the iRacing Championship, and we head stateside for the race at the Daytona road course. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic day of racing for these drivers in what should be a thrilling competition. We have a different format for today. We'll get into that a little later on, and I tell you now, looking at these practice times on my timing screen in front of me, there is a mixed grid, so this could really put the cat amongst the pigeons this afternoon. It's going to be a fantastic day of racing. Normally, at the beginning of the programme, we'd bring you the hardware video, but obviously here at Racing Unleashed, we are rolling out the version 2 simulators for what we will see at the end of October. That will be for the Assetto Corsa Championship. Now, formats and things have been decided and things are still in place. Keep your eyes on our social media platforms on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter for all of that information. But we are going to show you that hardware video today due to the fact we believe there should be an updated version coming, because the version 1s are a thing of the past and the version 2s are what is being installed and has been installed in Zurich and in Madrid. I believe it is coming into Munich at some point within the next week or two, in which the drivers will then have at least a month's worth of practice, or a little bit less if you're the Munich drivers, to get used to these new simulators and really get into the routine of training and practicing ready for the start of the season. So the version 2s are coming. I managed last year to have a go in one of the version 2s. They are so different, so it will take a lot for the drivers to really up their levels in these simulators. It is going to be a fantastic afternoon, a fantastic season, an 8-race season of action for you guys to watch. It'll be absolutely thrilling when that gets underway. Although today we can bring you that calendar, and we can tell you that obviously we've had the Nürburgring, we've had Road America, and we have had Hockenheimring, which is the 3 rounds gone. Daytona road course is today's action and today's track of destination. Monza for round 5, Spa will be round 6, Road Atlanta for round 7 with Suzuka round 8, Watkins Glen round 9, and Sebring to end off the season, which is going to be an absolutely action-packed race there. Brilliant circuit, and I had the pleasure of doing my first Sebring race here at the Apex, here with Apex Racing TV a few months ago, and let me tell you, fantastic place for some great action. The results, though, from 2 weeks ago at Hockenheim, which provided us with plenty of drama in the very end of that race. Eno Verhaavenen was the man who took the race win, with Alexei Partanen in P2. Francisco Lopez was in 3rd place. That was the amateur results in that race. The pro results went the way of Nicholas Laubish, who controlled the race from lights to flag. Gabriel Erdelli there in P2, and Lucas Prada was P3 in the pro results. And it was really a good race between 2nd, 3rd and 4th for some stage of that Hockenheim race, in which allowed us to have a bit of drama at the front of the grid, because Nicholas Laubish had just sailed off away and was really getting the ball rolling in that race. And what are they playing for? Well, they are playing for some prize money as well as pride at the end of the season. The pro prize money then looks like this. €875 comes your way for that championship win. 625 second, 375, 250 and 125 if you finish inside the top 5. The amateur prize money at the end of the season is €500 for that championship win, 300 for 2nd place, all the way down to €100 for P5. Now, we said there's a new format for today's race, and it's a real cracker. Got to the studio this afternoon, found out about the new format, and let me tell you, this is one that could really entertain us this afternoon. It is a 100-minute practice session, which they are in now. It then goes to the 22-minute qualifying. It is 10 minutes per class, which qualifying has just literally this second started. I can see on the timing screens. Then we go into 2 30-minute races. Race 1 is 30 minutes, and it says on the graphic there top 10 reverse, but it is the top 20 who are the reverse grid. Now, there is 30 cars in each category. It is not top 20 of each category that gets reversed. It is top 20 of the overall standings. And look at them timing screens from practice. There was a couple of AM drivers sneaking into that top 20 on lap times alone for the practice session. If they do that in the first 30-minute sprint, or I say sprint, the first 30-minute race, that could put them inside that top 20 reverse, which could put them on the overall pole position for race 2. Now, the way this is going to work is the points will still be scored as the same. The points will still be scored per class. What that means is, though, the winner of AM could be more at the sharp end of the grid overall, whereas second place, third place, depending on where they finish, maybe down in 21st or 22nd, somewhere around that. Really puts a big gap from the winner in AM in race 1 to the second place in AM in race 2. It could throw up a lot of things here. And it's going to be an interesting one to find out and an interesting one to see as we go through. Drivers are currently out there on their laps at the moment, and it is the AM drivers who have the first 10 minutes in this qualifying session as they are coming into the final couple of sectors. We can, though, take a look at this fantastic circuit with a lovely little track guide. So the Daytona road course then, obviously famous for the Daytona 24-hour that we see early in the year. And that is one of the pinnacle races around here. As you come through into turn 1, then you come off the oval and off the speedway section of the circuit in towards turn 1, carrying a lot of speed. Very easy to drop the rear through turn 1. 2 and 3 pretty much not there. You kind of just straight line through what is a small chicane before coming up to the second of the heavy braking zones. And after turn 1, it is the international horseshoe of turn 4. Again, a nice corner to try and maybe make a few overtakes here. Try and get up the inside out of turn 1, 2 and 3 and maybe make a few overtakes. And you come out of turn 4, get a good run down before you hit turn 5, which is called the dog leg, as it sweeps to the left-hander. And again, getting it all right, because you could set the next car up, potentially going in towards turn 6, which is the west horseshoe. Another chance to maybe look up the inside if you can, or drivers going deep. We saw in an event we did earlier in the season on iRacing a few incidents at that turn 6 area of the circuit. Down towards turn 7 then, final real heavy braking zone of the infield before you come onto the oval. And it's really now about the slipstream as you come through turn 7 onto the speedway part of the circuit you go. And you're setting yourself up around the first part of the banked corners of turn 8 for the Le Mans chicane, just down the back straight before the final banking. There you see it, turns 9 and 10 and 11. And this is really where it could all go wrong. You could be a hero or you could be the villain. Through the Le Mans chicane you go. Again, if you're not able to get the overtake done, it is a chance to set up the drivers out of here and get that slipstream, get that slingshot down through the final part of the speedway circuit, turn 12, before you come to the line. And who will be victorious today? Who will take pole position? That is what we are going to find out in a few moments' time. Hockenheim brought some fantastic racing towards the back end of the race, as well as lap times now starting to come in on the board. It is Hendrik Zilke, who was provisional pole. Nathan, no, he's now not provisional pole either. It's Magnus Bjerkeke, who is provisional pole with a 145.3. And the drivers will probably be trying to look for a slipstream here or there just to maybe get themselves through and past, through and use other drivers on that banking especially. Traffic will be a nightmare, though, on that infield. You do not want to get caught out by other drivers. So far, so good for everybody out there on the circuit at the moment. Pick up one of the Lamborghinis now. Here is your championship leader and your three-time race winner in the AM category this season, Ino Verhaavenen then, who has done a great job in his Lamborghini. And the flying Finn, he has really been flying this season. 3 wins from 3. He's looking to make it 4 from 4 at Daytona today. Currently P6 in class at the moment, but he's separated by barely anything. You look at that, the top 13, just 14, separated by a second. Alexi Partanen then, P1 at the moment in his Ferrari. We've seen Alexi have some good races. He's just staying high on the banking there. That'll be to let the traffic go, not pick up his slipstream and not try and go through onto the oval, ruin their lap times, because he wouldn't want to pick up a penalty for ruining the driver's lap times there. Then Francisco Lopez down in 24th, coming through the Le Mans chicane. Yet to set a lap time on the board then. This is on board him, coming through the final banked corner of this oval circuit, in which is going to be an absolute fantastic run. This could be the chance really today, out of the Le Mans chicane, using that slipstream, as Nathan Alowell has gone into P2, just under 0.2 of a second. And for Lopez here, crosses the line. Where does this put him? Still says 24th on the screen, moves himself up. No, he doesn't. Sorry, that's the wrong driver who moved up. Lopez stays 24th, so not a valid lap time there from him. A couple of drivers on an outlap leaving the pits or entering the pits at the same time. As Andre in the chat, let's go. Now Lopez through the international horseshoe. And again, you're wondering why he's crossing that white line there. The curbing is the track limits guide, so they're not invalidating their laps over that white line. Beltran P3's on the pit exit, so he's clearly coming out for another lap. You're seeing sector times coming. Will we see that 44 mark broken? Because we're at the minute of 45.007, or 006 actually showing on screen by Partonen then. The other Finnish driver, Adrian Pereira, moves up into 15th place. And now Jan moves up into 14th. So knocking Adrian down just a couple of places there. Lopez towards the Le Mans chicane yet again. Is he now going to be able to get a lap time on the board this time around? Using all of the curb. Now gets the power back on and really tries to fly through these next parts. He's not got that slipstream of the car in front. There's too big a gap in between there, but I tell you what, I believe that is Borja Zarzo who is on the lap just ahead of him. So see if Borja improves on that screen as well. He's currently P14, but Lopez going to come to the line. Currently set the fastest first sector time, comes to the line and stays P27. So down the order for Francisco Lopez. As here's Gallard then. Sorry, no. Up the order with Petri Lepre, sorry, in 13th place. Another Finnish driver on the grid. Good support from the Finnish drivers out here. Ronaldo Carlos moves into 12th place. Keep your eye out there for Alvaro, who does, yeah, moves up into 7th. You saw the purple sector. So a great lap time there. But we are currently watching Lepre here round the banking towards the Le Mans chicane once again in the Ferrari 296. A lot of Ferraris and Porsches. One Mercedes that I'm seeing and one BMW in this amateur class. There's also a Corvette, but I don't believe the Corvette is yet out there on the circuit. Just double checking my timing screens. It actually is. It's just gone P8, so ignore me. The American driver in the American car on home soil. Casper Tunstead has just gone 17th. But for Petri here then, taking a higher line, does he have an invalidated lap or is he on his out lap looking to set one up? On board now with Jan Vartinen. And Plava saying that the BMW is the best in the chat. Go Nathan, says Lawrenson. Sorry. I thought it was an S there, but it's double E. Loreen, I'm going to pronounce that one. RC Bash Crew, go on Eno. They say in the chat. So plenty of comments coming in and showing support. And Plava going for the BMW, it looks like, as Zarzo went up to 14th, but Francisco Lopez takes that away from him. We're on board with Marcel Kraus here, who is currently P10 in his bright fluorescent green Porsche. You're not going to miss that one in a night race, are you? Good job that it's only the evening time. Car behind him, though, is this man, Magnus Bjerkeke. Takes a much tighter line through the corner. You just see, the Porsche bailed on his lap there, so Bjerkeke coming through to the speedway section of the circuit now. And this is going to be interesting to see how he fares and manages through this next part of the lap, because the Le Mans chicane really is where you can win or lose a lot of time. It's how confident you are on the brakes through it and how early you can get on that throttle to come out of it. Staying to the left, drifting to the right. And now through the corner you go. just patient. You see there, mid-chicane, very patient before picking up the throttle of Porsche or Bjerke here, coming through the final speedway turn. Only 0.3 off of the provisional pole time, and this will be the driver's last laps. Drivers in the AM category now cannot set another lap here. And Bjerke bails to the pit lane, so doesn't feel like he can improve. Francisco Lopez, he also is going to bail, so drivers not wanting to finish. In fact, no, he's not bailing. He's dropped under the yellow line there and stays under the yellow line as he sets his lap time and moves himself up into P6. I have a suspicion that the stewards may take a look at that one, because I don't believe you're allowed to drop below the yellow line. Xavi Blasco with Verhoeven P10 at the moment. He also drops below the yellow line. It is okay for qualifying, we're being told in our ear, so you can do this in qualifying. That is fine. That has allowed Verhoeven then to go into P2 and look at the train of pro drivers taking to the circuit now, preparing their tyres, as there is one of the AM drivers pulling off and realising, I shouldn't be in this queue here, going back to the pit lane, and that's probably a sensible thing there for him. Very, very interesting to see that a lot of these drivers not giving each other the space here. Stephen Ash for WSR Esports Bookkicker, who had 3 cars inside the top 4 last time out. Really good week. The Ford Mustang, interesting to see what the Ford Mustang can do around this circuit as well. Can really try and stretch its legs. At the minute, a 45.006 is the time to beat in the AMs. And obviously with that top 20 reverse overall, that could really, really put the cat amongst the pigeons in this race. So we're currently on board with the Ford Mustang of Eric Rosseth then. Looks like he's going to be the first driver to set a lap time. Purple in that third split time that you see on the timing screens at the bottom. And for Eric here, this is where that Mustang is going to come to its advantage. The Ferrari behind is having a giant hole punched in the air for it though. So we'll be getting a lovely slipstream, especially through this bit. If he's got the Le Mans chicane nailed, he will pick up such a good tow down towards turn 1. So here comes Rosseth here then. No longer has that purple third split time. Towards the line he comes. And what is the lap time going to be as he crosses the line? And it puts him provisional pole at the minute with a 44.832. So Rosseth there showing that early pace. You're seeing the traffic on this circuit towards the Le Mans chicane. Drivers trying to stay out of the way at the moment. But Alex Nogui has gone provisional pole in the Lamborghini after Eric. So the Ford Mustang just losing out there by 200ths of it, by 100th of a second, sorry. We are now on board with Zach Rattery-White in the Ferrari 296. Where is this lap time going to put him on the leaderboard? He comes towards the line now. And for Zach, he goes into P8 in class. And Laubish now puts himself on provisional pole just as we go on board him by 1.5 of a second from the top 2. Very, very tight gap there at the top. Portenen at the moment, the AM driver you see there with the darker number 1, currently 5th overall at the moment. He's having a great time so far. There's a spinner in the background as Laubish pulls off the circuit to return to the garage to maybe put some fuel in or top up again. And just seeing drivers drop the rear coming out of the International Horseshoe here. And contact was made by 2 of them. So not the best there if you're some of these drivers who's picked up a little bit of damage in this qualifying session. Half their time has gone. And a lot of the drivers straight away immediately back onto the pit exit as we're on board now with Sinan Demirbas. What can he do through this final part of the lap? There is a Porsche who was sat on the high side of the oval, will drop back in now. Might just be giving Sinan a little bit of slipstream, very small amount. As Prada goes into P4, Sinan de Merbas is in. I don't know where he is. I can't actually see him on the timing screens. Didn't see him pop up either. He's 12th in class. And matches out of P12 in the amateur class as well. So Sinan's probably got more time in the car. On board with another one of the 296s. This is Alex Dunn for the Apex Racing team, who comes towards the line now. Got a lot of slipstream from the car in front. And Alex Dunn, Zane Khan moved up to P7. Alex Dunn will take provisional pole position by just over a tenth of a second. So a great lap there from the Apex Racing driver. And Alex Dunn moves up a spot. There is a lot of Ferraris in this series. Yes, there are. A lot of Porsches as well in the AM category. And Alex Dunn now coming through the International Horseshoe. On board with Lewis Woods in his 296. What can Lewis do? Down a couple of gears into Le Mans. Picks up the throttle just at the third apex and away he goes. Looking too bad at the moment. Staying high though at the minute is Woods on an outlap. So that'll be why he'll be preparing himself, making sure he stays out of any traffic. Now, this is where he'll start to take his lines as he crosses the line to start a next flying lap. Drivers may get one lap in it. And Plav's saying that people are missing out on the BMW style and power. Well, there's one BMW on the grid, so Plava can cheer him on as Laubish is on pit exit at the moment. Into the International Horseshoe, down from fourth into second. Nice and tight towards the apex. Use all that runoff on the outside. Powers down the straight towards the dogleg. Lewis Woods, Scottish driver, keeps it to the left for the West Horseshoe. And nice and tight, just drifts out wide, brings it back to the apex. Lovely done that from Lewis Woods. Out to right-hand side of the circuit, hard on the brakes again, down second gear, all the curb. Now running onto the oval, there's that Porsche in front of you that you could just be picking up the slipstream of. This is where a team game could work, to be fair. If you've got teammates in this session that you drive for the same sim team as, then, you know, bit of that, oh, I'm on an outlap, I've caught you here, I could use your slipstream, could come into play. We're now on board with Ash, who is on a flyer as well, just ahead of Woods. Carl Edge getting out the way, coming into Le Mans. Ash, little wiggle through Le Mans chicane there. Here he comes around the final banking. Is he going to improve on his lap time? Stephen Ash here, the American driver, would love to get himself up the order a little bit. What is his lap time going to be? Is it an improvement from Ash? Gets the line. Woods improves. Ash drops down to P10. So Lewis Wood did find the improvement then. And Ash stays down the order. Here is Ericsson in P17 in class at the moment. Coming towards the banking so far. And moves up the order. I do believe Laubish here doesn't improve this time around. So he's going to try and go again. Nicholas Laubish, winner last time out at the Hockenheimring. 3 different winners in the pro category. It's going to be interesting to see what will happen in this race today. Done with a 44.5. That is a heck of a lap time in this race so far. So it's going to be an interesting one to see what these drivers can do. As Nicholas Laubish and P2 at the moment, what does he find? What does he have to find? Where does he find it? Obviously, we are. I believe he's bailed from this lap. And he's bailed from qualifying, so can't find the time. Will not be on pole position. Will Laubish here. Here comes Rosseth in that Ford Mustang. trying to find the just under 3/10 that he needs to find. It's his final run. Is he going to be able to do it as he comes towards the line? Eric Rosseth in the Ford. Has he found an improvement? Yes, he has, but it's only good enough to put him on the second row of the grid. P4 for him, but it's not done yet. As Alex comes to the line, can't do anything about Rosseth, but Ash manages to put it P3 in his Ferrari. Now down towards Ericsson. Still down in 17th in class. 1 second off the pole time in the category. And moves up the order to P13, gets within half a second of that pro time. Now on board with Hakalal. P10 overall. Prada goes into P6, and well, he's bailed on that lap. That doesn't look like a very quick Ferrari there. Baker now trying to come round towards the start line. Is he going to put it up there with Ash? Same esports team. I think he just bailed? Yeah, just bailed on that one. And here is the BMW M4 then. Down in 24th place. And does not improve on that lap time. So what an incredible job that was by all the drivers. But it is Alex Dunn who, by just under 1/10.5 of a second, is the man on pole position. The interesting thing there as well, let's not forget, is there is a couple of the AM drivers that have mixed themselves in that top 20 in the qualifying. Now again, it is the top 20 that get reversed for that second race based on the finishing result of race 1. That is not the top 20 in each class, that is the top 20 overall. So this could put an AM driver really amongst the pro guys. As we see the grid order here now, then Alex Dunn from Nicholas Laubish, with Stephen Ash from Zach Rattery White on row 2, Eric Rosseth P5 with Lucas Prada P6, Alex is in P7, Lewis Woods P8 with Gabriel in P9, Hakalal is in P10, Zane Khan P11, and the first guy who is pole position in AM running in P12, David Baker from Eno Verhavenen. From Kim Eriksson, Nathan Alolu is in P16, Miguel Alonso from Miguel Beltran, then it is Xavi Blasco from Mika in P20, Jan Duffner 21st, Francisco Lopez 22nd, then it is Magnus Bjerke in 23rd and Alvaro 24th. 25th place then for Leonardo Dragotta with Igor Perez P26, and Merbas from Gustavo Mendes. Marcelo Kraus is P29, Adrian Pereira is P30, Hendrik Zelke 31st, Alexandru is 32nd with David Verthrich in 33rd, Borges Arzo in P34, Ronaldo Carlos 35th, and Jan Serrani 36th. Juan Pablo Sanchez P37 with Sebastian Hirsch down the order in P38. He will be disappointed with that. Petri Lepere P39, Marcus Valverde in 40th place. Ivan Rodrigo is 41st with Pierre Urbizu in 42nd. Casper Tunstead 43rd. Hakon Lindmo is 44th. Jan P45. Juan Lozet in P46 from Guillermo Roldan in P47. Then it is U2 Nyman in 48th. Jan Varatanen in P45 with Juan Lotzi in P46. Roldan, P47 with Neyman in 48th. Garland 49th with Jan Peltopia, apologies if I am butchering some of these names, apologies. 50th place for him. Hugo Desplebin is P51st. Holgan is in P52. 53rd for Antonio Britones, and Alex Ryman 54th. Pekka Seppänen is 55th with George Camillo in 56th place. I believe, does that round out the top of the grid? It is, so 56 drivers on this grid. Now coming through the final banking towards the start-finish line. For the first of the two 30-minute races is about to be underway. They've already got going, and it is green here at Daytona, and it is a great start from Alex Dunn in the Apex Racing Ferrari 296 as they all filter through into turn one. Little bit of contact from one of the green and black Lamborghinis on the Mercedes driver further back in the midfield, all going side by side as they filter through. They've come through this absolutely fantastic, but as we head towards the International Horseshoe now, this is where it's going to get tighter and really got to put the cat amongst pigeons. And already chaos and disaster for two of the drivers, and that is not quite sure we've got on screen at the moment, but that is huge damage to the front of that car. There is a Mercedes that has stopped on the outside, another spinning Porsche around the outside as well, but it is Dunn who's got away with Laubish in first and second. Ash and Rossef round out the top five. Well, they did. Alonso is dropping down the order. He's out of this race, so he has retired from race one already. Miguel Alonso and Xavi Blasco have gone. They are retired from this race already then. And Zach Rattery-White is registering on my timing screen in front of me as down the order. He's obviously had a problem in that pack as well, but already drama on the first lap here. 30-minute race around the Daytona road course, coming into the Le Mans chicane for the first time. Zayn Khan now on the back of a sliding Ferrari through Le Mans. Gets it horribly wrong, and that is Lucas Prada. A man we saw up there, and it's not all doom and gloom for him. He's not got the hour to come back. He's only got half of that. And already dramas here on the opening lap of the first race here at Daytona. Alex Dunn then leads this race from Nicholas Laubish in P2. Through turn one, there you go. It is Ferrari from Lamborghini, from Ferrari, from Ford, your top four at the moment. It's a good start to this race from the leaders. Nice and clean, still pretty close together as well. Just breaking away from Ash in P3 as we drop down to Miguel Beltran then in P4. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do from there. That's P4 in the AM class as well. Don't forget, though, the top 20 drivers are reversed. So at the minute, there is a few AMs that will be running at the front of the overall field for race two. Kraus going up the inside. That's a lovely move at the West Horseshoe. And a great overtake there for him. Moves himself up into 10th in that AM class. Can now head after Borges Arzo in the other Porsche. So already drama in this race at the very beginning. And we're only 3 minutes into this 30-minute race one. Just having a look there. Is Pereira on the back of Kraus. Into the Le Mans chicane. Look, it's a bit of side-by-side action here for a few of the Ferraris. Pierre going up the inside. Lovely move from him. Manages to get past. That is Rodrigo, the car behind. So lovely move from Pierre. Moves up to P18. Well, that's P18 in his class. He's got Sebastian Hirsch just in front of him. There is a driver on the high side. I believe the off tracks give you a bit of a slow down penalty. Sinan de Merbas, P14, not in that queue. He as well must have had an off track and a slowdown at some point because he was well out of the slipstream. He's now coming under attack from the car behind of Serrani. And all this chaos at the International Horseshoe, and more contacts made by drivers. And again, not sure who the two of them are. I believe that's Alex there, who was running up in the top 5 or 6, I do believe. He's now tumbled down the order. And has got going once again, but catastrophic on lap 3 for him. Now he's going to try and dive up the inside of the Porsche. There is a Lamborghini-sized gap there. And if not, I was going to make one, and a flash of the lights from the disgruntled Porsche driver behind. The door was open. Nothing wrong with that move at all. No contact made. Absolutely fantastic. All these cars locked into the series, or are they swapping cars week to week? They are locked in for the entire series. Any new drivers that join obviously get to pick, will have free range of what car they want to pick for the season. But these drivers are locked into these cars. And it is the Apex Racing driver of Alex Dunn who leads the way. But this is the first replay then. You saw the cars just bounce off each other. That was a spinning Ferrari just trying to get it stopped and just comes into the field. And when they're all bunched up like that on lap 1, turn 2 and 3, well, it's never going to work, is it? But hey, that is what dramas we get at the opening stage of a race. Nicholas Laubish now looking to get to the outside line of Dunn in towards turn 1. Can't get through though. Ash, Rosseth and Woods now trying to join this party. The top two lapping decent pace. Rosseth actually matching the front two's pace, and Lewis Woods in P5, fastest man on the circuit at the moment. Stephen Ash down in the 45s, only just in the 45s. Here is Lewis Woods. Oh, and there's a lunge. That was Ash who made a real lunge going into the West Horseshoe and is now side by side with Laubish. Not managed to make contact. And Ash doesn't get the move done. But that was a lunge there from him and a real opportunity to try and get past. So now picking up that slipstream. We said he was the only man left in the 45s in this top 5 battle. It's clearly there, and he clearly wants to have a bit of a play. We saw the drag to the line when we did the GT3s here in the event earlier in the year, how much chaos it was at the line. And did Dunn just go a little wide mid-chicane there? It's not hurt him too much at the moment, but this could bring Laubish in that slipstream. Now look at Ash. Look at this closing speed. He's going to get that double toe from the two leaders. You just see him closing in. Not able to do enough at the moment, not able to get close enough. Is he going to make a lunge into T1? He pulls up high, Laubish goes high as well. He's having a look up the inside, but Laubish just gives it a bit of a half cover there. Able to keep him out of the way. And 5 for the lead. But here is Marcel Kraus and on the outside of Borja Zarzo. Borja Zarzo in the blue and orange Porsche gets it turned into turn 1, and Borja through he goes. Oh, sorry, keeps hold of his position. Currently running P8 in class. Borja Zarzo is that 20th spot man at the moment. So he would be on pole position for that second race. Igor Perez then, P13 in the pro category, as Borja Zarzo's looking to have a move, and there's a Lamborghini green and black one trying to squeeze up the inside of Sinan Demirbas. Not going to happen, and Demirbas keeps his concentration, goes up the inside of Perez, who's now going to have that outside line coming towards the oval. Not able to get around the outside, needs to get back into that train, manages to try and come back in. The Lamborghini though has the run up the inside, looking back from Perez. It is the Lamborghini then. And I believe that is Alex, who had the spin earlier on at the International Horseshoe. He's up the inside and past Sinan Demirbas. Demirbas now tucks into his slipstream and will now try and pull some time back on him. Get it through the Le Mans chicane and use that run through the next part of the oval. Back to the leaders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because there is another car coming to play. And look at this. Alex Dunn's been passed around the outside by Laubish. Rosseth gets on the brakes a little earlier. And there goes Ash trying to go around the outside of Dunn as well. Not going to work for him. Dunn's back up the inside of Laubish. Rosseth is up the inside of Ash. And it's a double change here. It is for Ash just about. Yes, manages to get it done. But Dunn hasn't got that position back. He loses his lead to Laubish now, and it is the Mustang moving into 3rd place. And now it is 6 drivers for this race lead, as Khan has come to play as well. And Zane Khan in P6, now looking onto the back of the 5 for the lead. What a race here at Daytona. Woods is having a look up the inside of Ash at the West Horseshoe. Gets alongside now. Will be on the outside for turn 7 though. And he's probably going to back out of that one. And does indeed, as whoa. Ash there just chops the nose off of Woods to come back into the braking zone. And what a race. And that's Borja Zarzo in the wall with The retired car there, drive-through for Vincent Gallard there for causing a collision. Porsche Zorzo, I believe, has just returned back to the pit lane as well. And that was Igor Perez, the pro driver, who was trying to get past earlier in the race. So Vincent Gallard there, just looking for him on my timing screens. He's down in 25th in the pro class. He's got a drive-through penalty to serve. Adrian Pereira here. P8 in AM. And has just got Alex in front of him and got Nogui in P13 in the pro category. Fantastic stuff here. Lewis Wood still with that fastest lap of this race so far. Laubish and Dunn just exchanging places. This is White. Dunn's going to try and go around the outside of Laubish. Now the Ford Mustang's going to have a look here through 2 and 3. Coming towards the International Horseshoe, they go now. Dunn's going to have that inside line over Rossef in the Ford Mustang. And Rossef lives to fight another day. Woods has got past Ash though as well. That's for P4 and 5. So great drama at Daytona. Really is a fantastic race. And now Rossef gets up the inside of Dunn at the West Horseshoe and then makes the move. The Ford Mustang puts himself into second place. And while these are all starting to squabble, Laubish just pulling away a little bit here. What has happened to Verhoeven in the chat? Not really seen him in this race to know what has happened to him. And haven't seen him on the timing screens here. Let me just take a look where he is on the laptop in front of me. Can't see his name on there. He's down actually in 12th place in category. So the AM winner of every race so far is down in P12. Don't forget though, this is a two races tonight. And it is two 30-minute races. The top 20 overall will be reversed for that second race. Rossef now in his Ford Mustang needs to get on the back of Laubish and mount a challenge there. He got Dunn right with him. And Ash, something has happened to Stephen Ash, who is out of this race, it's saying on the screen. And now here goes Rossef, looking up the inside in towards turn 1 over Laubish, and he's managed to get alongside him. Has he got the grunt in the Mustang to get out of 2 and 3 and stay alongside, if not be in front coming into the International Horseshoe? No, he does not. Laubish manages to hang on to that place. Round the outside he goes. So something has happened to Stephen Ash here. He's out of this race. But Rossef now is giving it his all. Going to try and put a few replays on the left-hand side of the screen. This is what happened at the International Horseshoe. Just one Lamborghini there. Tapping the back of the Ferrari. Cost himself really. Oh, nearly got tapped by the Porsche. And this is going into the West Horseshoe now. And you just see the two Ferraris. Oh, he got turned in on a little bit there. And that's put 3 cars off with him. This is Verhoeven, and then this might be what has happened to him. Yeah. Did he have the nose chopped off a little bit? I don't think he was alongside enough. This is Igor Perez. Oh, he got it on the grass. And Borges also helpless as Igor Perez got on the grass, touched the dirty stuff sideways and backwards into Borges also there. I'm wondering if the team in the background can try and find a replay then of what has happened to Stephen Ash, the American driver who is now out of this race. Oh, he's in P5, so no, he's came back. So maybe then a little bit of a connection issue with him. It said out on the screen, he's now in P5. He's dropped off the back of Woods a little bit, but Rossef here for the lead is going for it. Side by side, that's how much he's going for it. Look, they're not even at the finish line yet. They are, sorry, they're coming into turn 1. And Dunn looks up the inside of the pair of them. Isn't going to get that move done yet, and now has that run maybe on Rossef. No, he does not. The Mustang manages to keep that position and hold station for now. We've got another 30-minute race coming up. We're halfway through this first race. This is fantastic. Already here, Ash dropping down another couple of positions. I reckon he's having a few connection problems, is Ash. That may bounce him back up the screen. We'll have to keep our eyes on that in a moment, but he's tumbling down the order. Dunn at the moment trying to get onto the back of Ross. The man who put it on pole, there's Ashlook going back up to P6. So just maybe a few connection errors where it's just his connection's just dropping out a little bit and not registering him. Lewis Woods still with the fastest lap of the race as we come towards the end of this first race of the day. And Petri Lapri there then in his Ferrari, managing to hold on against Urbizu in the background. Coming out towards the Le Mans chicane for the 9th time in this race. Baker's got past Ericsson. That brings that 10th and 11th for Baker in the pro category. Here is Alexei Partanen, 2nd place in AM. He's trying to hunt down after Lopez. He's got Ericsson between him and Lopez. As Mendes here is just gone right around the outside of Duffner. And Gustavo Mendes then up into P12, so gets another move done. Dunn, actually, speaking of Dunn, he's got ahead of Rossith on the timing screens. So a change for 2nd and 3rd here now. Good to see the Ford Mustang looking nice and strong. Alvaro, P5 in class. Now, let me have a quick count here. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So Marcel Kraus then, P7 in AM, is the cutoff for that reverse grid top 20. He would be, at the moment, on pole position for the second 30-minute race, which obviously as well would put him first in class if he was able to hold off the others. That is big points in this championship, because obviously prize money at the end of the season. No pit stops in today's race as well. David Verthrich here, P14 at the moment in the AM category. He's got Tunstead behind him in the Porsche. So it is Marcel Kraus, P7 in AM, which is the current cutoff for the top 20 reverse grid. Here is Lucas Prada trying to look around the outside of Ericsson. Dunn now takes the lead of this race. So still a fight for the race lead. And Dunn is making a real comeback. And who's that? Eirik Rossif now under pressure from what looks to be Lewis Woods. Right around the outside. In fact, no, that's not Lewis Woods. No, it's Korn. It's Zane Korn, apologies, who's gone right around the outside of Rossith, puts himself up into P3. Woods is the black and gold looking car behind the Ford Mustang now. So it's Dunn from Laubish, from Korn, from Rossith, Woods, Ash, and then just in the background as well is Gabriel and Hackler, who nearly making this 8th for the lead. And what has happened here? That's an well, that's a yellow Lamborghini coming onto the circuit right in the way of Antonio Britones there. And yeah, flash the lights, rightly so from Antonio. Kind of got a bit of a barge by the Lamborghini in front of Raymond. And the Porsche behind of Zelke. Well, what happened there coming out up towards turn 4? But the lead changes once again as we enter in this final 12 minutes, 11 minutes of this opening race of the day. And an absolute fantastic race here at Daytona. Francisco Lopez, your leader in the AM category, who is mixing it with the pro boys today. He's trying to gain on the back of Baker, but he's got Ericsson and Prada right behind him as well, trying to go with him. Look to the outside, now look back underneath. Oh, that's Laubish! What has happened to the leaders? Because that was the Ford Mustang of Rossith as well. And it's Dunn, Korn, Woods, Ash, Gabriel and Hackler who have got through. But somewhere maybe Rossith was behind Korn. So what has happened to Rossith and Laubish, your race winner last time out? Something has happened there. Hopefully we can bring you a replay of what did happen. But Rosseth now down to P7, Laubish P8, which will help them in the reverse grid indeed, but that is not what you need. There has been a change. Kraus is up to P6 in class. We'll have to have another quick count through in a moment, but it is at the minute, it is Alex Dunn who leads this race from Zane Khan and then Lewis Woods. Ireland from Britain, from Scotland, from America. Your top four in driver's nationality, that is. Stephen Ash now, P4 in this race. Gabriel, by the way, who's gained 4 places. Zane Khan's gained 9 places to be P2 at the moment. Kim Eriksson, they've got past Lopez. Here is Gustavo Mendes on the back of Duffner. Through Le Mans. Alexandru, the Romanian driver. What happened out front there, though? That is going to be interesting to keep our eyes on. Right, David Baker now defending from that of Prada and Ericsson. As I believe, has Prada just got ahead of Ericsson there? I believe he has, and Ericsson now is coming under pressure from Lopez. So Lopez, your AM driver as well, has now, is he gone around the outside there? He has, he's got himself up the inside, going in towards the dogleg. Provided Ericsson can keep there, it will be the inside line for the West Horseshoe. And he can indeed. Doesn't run it too deep. Lopez tries to come back and cut underneath, but can't do so. Good driving from Ericsson. And all this will play into that reverse grid, let's not forget. Dunn now's got a good gap. Lewis Woods is up into second place over Zane Khan, so they've changed places. And now it's a second and a half. Dunn's got over the the rest of the field. This is the battle for third in class and for the overall race. It is Alex Dunn who's at the moment doing the business. So this is what happened then with Laubish here and Rosseth. Yeah, Laubish just tapped the back of Dunn and bang, big wallop on the rear end from the Ford Mustang. So look, he's just going to tap the rear of Dunn there. That unsettles the Lamborghini, and Rosseth really with nowhere to go taps the back of Laubish. He could have some big damage from that, so he's doing well to keep it where he is at the moment. But it is now Lewis Woods who's got Dunn. He's gained half a second on Dunn back off this lap. Then it's Zane Khan, Stephen Ash, Gabriel, Hackler, Rosseth on the back. And it is a 5-second penalty for Alex Nogui for causing a collision. That would have been earlier in the race. We've got 6.5 minutes left in this one. Alexandru, P9 in the AM class, trying to get ahead of Serini, P8. An interesting stage of the race now. It's just quieting down a little bit. I think we're going to have some mayhem in the last 5 minutes. Flash of the lights there from Alexandru. This is David Baker, who has got Ericsson tucked up right underneath that rear wing. Into the Le Mans chicane they go then for the 14th time. Just over 5.5 minutes remain in this race. We're going to get, what, about 3 more laps in. And what a race it's been so far for these drivers. Absolutely fantastic. And here's Lewis Woods, P2 at the moment. Trying to defend now from Zane Khan. As Gabriel going up the inside at turn 1. over the Mercedes. Stays P, in fact, no, that's defending into turn 1. So that keeps him P5. Now Rosseth's having a look around the outside of Hackler. In the Mercedes-Benz, still side by side as they're coming up towards the dogleg just behind this. And Rosseth backs out of that. Is he going to look up the inside into the West Horseshoe? No, he is not. So while Woods is heavily defending from corner here, he's letting Dunn pull away. Here's the BMW then of Roldan. Contact, manages to avoid the wall, and he's going to take to the pit exit line to come through and out and back onto the track, but does lose out on a position there then. Leonardo Dragotta, young man, behind the wheel, P5 in the AM class, in the Corvette. Well, good on the youngster. Let's just have a quick count up at the moment. So we've got the top 11 all in pros, and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So still, Marcel Kraus, P6 now in the AM class, is that cut-off. So Leonardo Dragotta, who we've just seen in the Corvette, would line up P2 on the grid. Here is championship leader and 3-time race winner at the moment, Eno Verhoeven, then. Currently down in 10th place in that AM class and isn't going to be in that reverse grid. Needs to be 6th place, which is Marcel Kraus, to get ahead of that. That's probably not going to happen at this stage of the race. But he could gain a couple more places, a few more points in the bag for him. Ready to go in that second one. And Woods has got that gap down to under a second. Now Verhoeven looking up the inside of both the Ferrari and the Porsche, who just tap each other a little bit. And that is Serini, who is just in front of Alexandru now, coming up through turns 2 and 3. Can the Porsche keep it there over the Ferrari? No, it can't. Later on the break, so he tries to be. Now comes back. They just tap doors a little bit more. And on the exit of the corner, the Porsche gets through. Eno's trying to get to the outside of the dogleg. He's being squeezed and squeezed every single part of this track, and now gets through the dogleg, stays on the outside, manages to brake, has to come off the throttle though, because he nearly ended up on the grass, and has to wait yet again to get that position back. So Verhoeven, 3 times a race winner in the AM category this season, is having to wait yet again to make some more moves stick. Zane Khan, though, P3. On the back of Woods, they've reeled in Dunn here. They're going to cross the line just under the 28-minute mark. Just over the 28-minute mark, sorry. So this could give them this lap and one more, I reckon. Can't look into the inside line now of Woods, up the inside, nearly into the back of Dunn there. Gets it stopped, gets it through turn 1. Great move, Zane Khan. And he carries on to fight another day. Rosseth's got past Hackler as well for 6th and 7th. Hackler coming back at Rosseth, though. They're side by side coming out of the International Horseshoe. And Rosseth will have the inside line going through the dogleg. Has he got that Mustang in front? He has now. So the Mercedes drops down to P7. Rosseth has had a great drive, got caught up in that incident with Laubish, which nothing really he could have done. He has had a great drive today. Dunn as well, who dropped down to 3rd place. He's come back strong, but is now going to feel some pressure from Zane Khan, who's gained 9 places in this race. Bit of a slide there for Hackler. And look at Zane Khan on the back of Alex Dunn. The question is, does he do it now? Does he wait that extra lap? You can't wait too long. He is pushing Alex Dunn towards the Le Mans chicane. With 1 to go then, as they are surely going to get to the line just before this race ends. Zane Carno's trying to look each and every single way. He takes the higher line. Did he just get an off track coming through the Le Mans chicane? I think he has, you know, because Woods has gone past him and Ash might get past him as well. No, back up to, yeah, you see the frustration on his face there. He knows he's just possibly let a race win slip away. Now he drops down to 4th place. Prada gets ahead of Laubish. Taking that higher line. Laubish with the damage to his car. Could come under pressure now from Ericsson. And he just hang on over Ericsson at the moment. And has Korn just threw the race win away at the Le Mans chicane. We're on the final lap. And it's now Lewis Woods who could try and attack Alex Dunn. Kraus moves up to P5 ahead of Dracotta then. So Dracotta will start P1. Dracotta thinks better of it. That's back up into P5 himself. So Kraus will start P1 overall in this race. Or in race 2, should I say. Ash round the outside. Korn trying to attack him, coming onto the oval. We saw excitement here in this event we did earlier in the year, where it was won on the line in a couple of races in a fantastic way. And it's all about that slipstream towards the checkered flag. Comes Dunn. And Lewis Woods is going to want to hunt him down. Dunn took a lot of curb there. And you can see that time coming down in the slipstream for Woods. I think the gap's too big. I don't think Woods has got enough in this here to get to the line. Alex Dunn, though, has he got this one done? Here comes Rosseth in the background. He fancies another position, but it's Alex Dunn as they both drop underneath and take the checkered flag. Dunn from Woods with Ash in 3rd, Korn 4th. Gabriel was P5, Rosseth P6. Now the question is, though, because I was told they was allowed to do that in qualifying. Oh, finish line is okay. So that one is A-okay from race control in my ear. Lopez wins the AM category from Portinen. Dragotta finishes P3 in that one with Kraus P4, P6 overall, sorry. So Kraus will be, double check. Yeah, Marcel Kraus will be your pole sitter. Look at that for a drag to the line. Casper Tunstead finishing P15, just losing out to Sebastian Hirsch ahead of him then. So that then was the first race in the bag. We now have a second 30-minute race for you in this one, and it's going to be a belter, if anything, that race 1 was to go by, as well as now. So by my calculations, and I'm sure the guys will be able to bring it on screen soon, Marcel Kraus will start on pole from Leonardo Dragotta, Sinan de Merbas, then it'll be Magnus Bjerke from Jan Duffner, Alex Nogui from Gustavo Mendez, Alexei Portinen, Francisco Lopez, David Baker, Kim Eriksson, Nicholas Laubish, Lucas Prada, Vili Hackler, Eric Rosseth, Gabriel Erdely, Zane Korn, Stephen Ash, Lewis Woods and Alex Dunn will be the top 20 reversed. Everybody below that will go from finishing order of that race. So fantastic to see here in what was an absolutely brilliant race 1. And I think we've got more to come in this one as well. Alex Dunn, though, now makes it 4 different winners in that pro category. And we have a new winner in the AM category as well. So there are the race results. Alex Dunn, your race 1 winner. From them, that of Lewis Woods, Stephen Ash, Zane Korn, Gabriel Erdely from Eric Rosseth, Vili Hackler, Lucas Prada, Nicholas Laubish, Kim Eriksson, David Baker, and then Francisco Lopez, new winner in the AM category. So that is brilliant to see. Another winner there, hoping to boost up his championships. Alexei Portinen in 2nd place in AM. Jan Duffner was on the podium in AM as well. Magnus Bjerke, Sinan de Merbas, Leonardo Dragotta with Marcel Kraus rounds out the top 20 overall, and that 20 will be flipped and reversed. You just see there, look, Eno Verhoeven and 23rd overall, and down the order in category. So points gained for Francisco Lopez. A few retirements as well in the race. Borges also finished a lap down due to damage, and early retirements as well. Zach Ratchery White, lap 1. George Camillo, I don't believe, got going in this race in 56th place then. So that is going to be one to watch. They're just having a bit of a warm-up at the moment while the grid order will be fully classified, and we'll bring that to you when we know it. The driver's just having a 3-minute warm-up as they get ready for the second part of this race. In race one, fantastic to watch. 30 minutes left to go. So it's still all go here today in this race. And I think we've got really possibly a bit of an unknown happening as well, because with them AM drivers being at that front of the grid, the pro drivers have got to be patient. Don't forget, you don't want to hit the AM. You don't want to get yourself a big penalty for hitting one of the lower class drivers. You want to make sure you can get through the pack as quick as you possibly can. So really, these drivers have got to do as best they can to get through the field and as cleanly through the field as possible. What can Alex Dunn do? What can Nicholas Laubish do? Obviously had that big hit. He caused the spin of himself by tapping the back of Alex Dunn. Got the big hit from the Ford Mustang. He's got work to do. He's got to come from, well, he's ahead of the other drivers, but that championship that he closed up on last time at Hockenheim, he wants to, start to get back. Now, qualification will open in a week tomorrow's time for that next race at Monza. I got it wrong last time. The I rating is 3,500 and above. You need to be in for the pro category, and 3,500 or less for the AM category. It used to be 4,500 back when we did the events. It changed to 3,500 for this series and championship. Now, that qualification opens a week on Monday. Go to apexracingleague.com to sign up there. Make sure you are signed up. Do your pre-qualification lap. If you're inside the top 30, you'll be on the grid for Monza. You can have multiple goes at it. It's not just a one-off thing. You can, anytime throughout that week up until the cut-off period is when you can do your qualifying lap. And make sure you're in that top 30 as well. Everybody has access to see the times on display, so you'll know what times you've got to beat if you're not in that top 30. And that's top 30 pro, top 30 AM. Grid order, though, for today's second race. Marcel Kraus from Leonardo Dragotta. Sinan de Merbas lines up alongside Magnus Bjerkeke. Jan Duffner from Alex Ngoik. Gustavo Mendes from Alexi Partonen. Francisco Lopez from David Baker. Then it is Kim Eriksson from Nicholas Laubish, P12. Second part of the grid then, Lucas Prada lines up alongside Hackler in the Mercedes. Eric Rosseth from Gabriel Erdely. Zane Khan from Stephen Ash, with Lewis Woods and Alex Dunn. Then it is Adrian Pereira from Alexandru. Eno Verhoeven lines up P23. Work for him to do if he's to score big points in this race from Jan Sarni in P24. Marcus Valverde will go from 25th with Petri Lepre in 26th. David Verthrich from Ronaldo Carlos. Jan Vartinen from Sebastian Hirsch out there in 30th place in that pro field. Casper Tunstead from then Jan Peltropia in another Finnish driver. Holger is P33 with Alvaro 34th. Antonio Britone's 35th. Alex Raymond P36. Nathan Alulu is P37 with Juan Larzet in 38th. Hendrik Zilke P39. Mika in 40th. Juan Pablo Sanchez P41 with Vincent Gallard 42nd. Roldan is 43rd from Perez 44th. Urbizu 45th. Borges Arzo after that big incident 46th. Nyman P47. Rodrigo 48th. And then down that order, it is Desplebin in P49, Beltran P50, Sepinen 51st with Lindmo P52nd, Alonso from Blasco, Zach Rattery, White and Camillo rounding out the top, the final 56. And as we await the lights to come on, darkness descends here at Daytona. And we are for the final time today. Green and go, as it's a good start from second place on the line. And that is already then the Corvette of Dragotta trying to go side by side and around the outside then of Kraus in his Porsche. Sinan de Merbas not wanting to get in any turn one incident, and it is so congested. There's a Ferrari round, spun around, it looked like, in the midfield as a 3-4 wide coming in and through turn one. It's all going to tighten up through 2 and 3, but it is Kraus and Dragotta who get away well. And look at this now, really being squeezed. There is Rossef on the outside line. Nowhere to go for some of these drivers. All pretty clean by that one Ferrari is, so it's a better lap one than last time around. And I believe we had 55 drivers get away. No, 54. As Urbizu didn't take to the start either, but it did a great start from Kraus out front with Dragotta P2 at the moment. And he has got the pro driver of Alex Ngoe in P3. As de Merbas has already fell behind him. So here we go then, on to the banking for the first time. The cameraman picking up, who's that? That's Stephen Ash, who's had a moment. And is very, very slow coming on to the oval. So what has happened to Stephen Ash here, but not the start to the second race that he would have wanted at all. And already Alex Dunn is up 6 places into 8th place in class as well. So Alex Dunn flying, but Stephen Ash now gets back up to racing speed, can go on that hunt for some more places and some more points. Here is your leader in the pro category. Gaining on the back of the Corvette, who's trying to use the slipstream of the Porsche in front. Looking to the outside now is Alex, your leader in the pro category as they start the second lap of this race. He's gone right around the outside of the Corvette. He's going to go try and go around right around the outside of Kraus in the Porsche. Goes too wide, drops 2 wheels on the dirty part of the circuit. And that's allowed the Corvette straight back through. And Sinan de Merbas maybe fancying a look up the inside as Alex Ngoe there then keeps hold of his position. Gustavo Mendes, P4 in the pro category so far. Jan Sarni, 11th place in AM. Still very congested here as they come through. Look at them all filter through the international horseshoe then. Really are giving it a good go. There's Nyman, 24th in AM. He's going to look to make up some moves. There's Alex Dunn going up the inside of Ericsson in the Ferrari as they come onto the oval now. So Alex Dunn moves up an 8th position. He gains another one, side by side though with Ericsson. He'll have the inside line for the first part of the Le Mans chicane. Hackler moves up ahead of Woods. And Ericsson still on the outside now of Dunn coming through Le Mans. That is brave from Ericsson. Manages to get the place back. Did he get the best of runs? I would say not, as Alex just maybe gave him a little kiss on the rear. And now Zane Khan is coming to play as well. This is looking back from Ericsson, and look at Dunn. Just carried more speed through Le Mans, bringing Zane Khan with him. And there is nothing Ericsson can do. Dunn gets ahead. Now Ericsson tries to tuck back in behind Khan. He does indeed. He's got Prada just behind him. Now he's got Prada side by side with him. Through turn 1 goes Ericsson and Prada. And they managed to come out side by side. David Baker, P4 in class at the moment. Oh, spinner. And that is Duffner. Jan Duffner dropping down the order at the International Horseshoe. Not sure what happened to him there, but he's dropped the rear end. Sinan de Merbas now gets past the Corvette of Dragotta. Puts him P3 overall, 2nd place in class now. Fastest lap for Francisco Lopez, the AM driver, with a 1:45.4. So the traffic really proving to be a nuisance here for some of these lead cars. As Lucas Prada now trying to stay on the back of Ericsson. As Dunn now gets ahead of Mendes as well, or is underneath Mendes on the banking just in front of this train. And Alex Dunn is up 10 places. Where is Laubish? Not seeing him on the timing screens. He's there, actually he's there, he's P3 overall. So he's running well is Nicholas Laubish at the moment, up 3 places. Not yet though close enough to the back of Sinan de Merbas. He's got a couple of AMs in his way. I want to take a race win and try and get himself back on the podium at least. Lopez, race 1 winner in the AM class. He's up 2 places at the moment. Oh, tap! Laubish taps the back of the Porsche, who comes flying across in front of the Ferrari. And that is Magnus Bjerke, who got a big tap up the rear from Laubish there. And off he goes. And you feel the stewards may look at that one. That's not going to help Laubish's day at all. And now Laubish is coming under pressure from Dunn. So the race one that promised so much, we're getting again here in race two, and Dunn's going to look up the inside in towards the West Horseshoe. If Laubish can keep it around the outside, he'll have that inside line for the next part coming onto the oval. Zane Khan, P5, on the back now of Dunn and Laubish. Just not close enough at the moment to upset them. He's in the slipstream though, and he'll be feeling them get a little bit closer. Here's Alexandru, P5 in the AM class. Duffner's managed to stay P6, so it's not too bad for Jan Duffner after his moment earlier on. But it's Alex Ngoyi who is leader of the race from Marcel Kraus, leader of AM. From Sinan de Merba, second place in that pro category. And then Dragotta, second place in the AM category. He's got the race winner, Lopez, behind him. And what has happened to Laubish here? He's just lost out to Dunn and to Khan, but he's actually gained that place back over Khan. Contact Khan and Laubish. Was that off? It is. It's Laubish again who's gone off. Contact with Khan. Drive-through penalty for Alvaro for causing a collision. The rear bumper drops off. No, and then InSim Racing magically reappears. But I think Laubish has pulled over to call that one a day, has he? There's a few drivers in the pit lane. I'm not sure if Laubish has carried on going or if he's returned to the pit lane as well. He's still... I just waited for a clear gap. But that was Korn as well, struggling. Ericsson doesn't look like he's got a front end. No, he hasn't. So Ericsson's clearly been in the wars at some point in this race as well. He's got Rossef coming past him. So Dunn now, P3 in class. He's got a clear Dragotta in the Corvette. We can show you a few replays now of the start of the race. This is one of the Porsches clipping the pit wall and pushing the BMW off. He's on his brakes. Oh, Borges also nearly got collected in the same fashion again. And look at this, 3 wide on the oval. This is fantastic. But you just get the sense this isn't going to end well. Yeah. Merging 2 into 1 and just bouncing off each other. Oh, no, no, Borges Orzo's again been caught up in one of their incidents, and that has caused huge chaos. You have to feel for Borges Orzo, no matter which way he goes. That is the Laubish tap. My, oh my, there's been some incidents today. The stewards are going to be busy, and look at Zane Khan here, just fly past Ericsson. Ericsson with no front end, tries to fight him hard in turn 1. And, well, fair play, holds on to that position. Borges Orzo today, though, no matter what he's done, he's just been collected by a car coming across the circuit. Zane Khan now, he's got Alexandru behind him, P5 in the AM class. What a shame. Where is Laubish? Did Laubish picture? Looking on my timing screen here. Borges Orzo's in the pits. That's probably his day. Yeah, Nicholas Laubish in the pits then. You have to feel sorry for Borges Orzo. No matter what he's done today, he's been caught up in an incident. Gustavo Mendes currently running P4 in class on the back of Partonen, P4 in the AM class. Hard on the brakes, in towards the Le Mans chicane. Left, right, right, left. Good run that from Mendes. Probably going to start to just look up high as he's going to use that car to pull in. Is he going to pull out to the right? Or is he going to try and Took it underneath the left. There we go. Pulls out now. Going to look at outside line for the next part of the lap. They've got Prada just behind them, have these two. Move there. I think Woods was making a move in the background. He was trying to get past that of Hackler. For P8 and 9 in class. Another fight further forward. Mendes coming under pressure from Gabriel. So Gabriel tried to do the business as well here. Down the order, 9th place in AM, David Verthrich. In his Porsche P9, good points for David in this race. Trying to fight the pro driver just ahead. He's got a pro driver as well behind him. So an interesting race at the moment. It is pro from AM, from pro from AM, pro from AM. Reverse grid's provided a bit of drama today. Done 11 places though he's gained. We are nearly 12 minutes through this second race. A little quieter than the first. But Alex Dunn, you get the feeling he's on a bit of a charge. He's lapping last time around. Was 9/10 quicker than Dragotta ahead of him. Was 8/10 quicker than Sinan Demirbas. It was only 2/10 quicker than the race leader. But the race leader, yeah, 2/10 quicker than the race leader, and he was also a second quicker than Kraus. So he's coming on the three in front of him. Here is Dragotta though, now with Dunn, now on the back of Sinan Demirbas. He's pulling out here as the Corvette driver, the young man. Later on the brakes than Sinan, gets it stopped into turn 1. Demirbas is still there. Oh, just a bit of a twitch as he picked up the throttle. That's going to allow Dunn in, and that's going to allow Dunn past. Easy as you like for Alex Dunn. He's now going to be on the back of Sinan Demirbas. That will be for position in class as well, because don't forget the points are per class. Now Francisco Lopez, race 1 winner today. He's now having a look then at Dragotta on the outside at the dogleg. Tucks back in behind. Doesn't want to make the move there just yet. Has a look at the inside in the West Horseshoe. And Dragotta there then manages to defend really, really well. Good train of cars here, all behind. Well, not Rossif, there's about 4 or 5 in front of him, but Rossif here in the Mustang. Mustangs look strong today at Daytona. Here is Zane Khan, 11th in class. He'll be looking to get past a couple more and score a few more points. Late on the brakes. No can do then for Zane Khan. At the moment, through Le Mans, he's probably going to try and set it up on Lewis Woods. These two had a great scrap in race 1 as well. Gone earlier in this race. Got caught up with Nicholas Laubish. But has put Laubish really out of this one. And not the best day for the previous race winner at Hockenheim. And look at that closing speed that Khan has got on Woods. Is he going to tuck it to the inside? He does. Late move up the inside. Gets it stopped and gets it through. Does he hold on to it? Yes, he does. So Zane Khan, great late move there over Lewis Woods. Caught him napping just a little bit. And that is a fantastic overtake. Zane Khan has now Woods around the outside. Khan's got to be patient on the throttle because he's got that Mercedes-Benz right in front of him. And does look still side by side, hip and shoulder together. Through the dogleg, still together. And at the West Horseshoe, Khan should make that position stick. Although, if Woods can get the power down out the corner, which I believe he has, he's still side by side. We'll have the inside line going onto the oval. So this is side by side action since turn 4. And Woods through. Khan's going to have to fight another day. Tries to tuck back underneath on the oval. And Woods, not today, you don't. That is Ericsson. If you're wondering why he's got no lights on the front end of his car, has been damaged. Here is Zach Rattery-White. I believe, is the New Zealander. Yes, he is. 16th in the pro category, not the best of first races. Didn't make it past lap 1. For the two leaders, it's all looking pretty good at the moment. Alex Dunn now will be wanting to close the gap. He set the fastest lap of the race, by the way, of 44.6. Half a second quicker than the leader, and 0.6 of a second quicker than Kraus, in the leader in AM category. And this is the battle. Miguel Alonso, 15th place. It's going to be an interesting fight now, as here comes Alonso looking up the inside of the Porsche, but he's got to worry about the car behind him of Rattery White, who tries to come up the inside, just maybe forces the door open a little more, and Rattery White goes through. Alonso won't be best pleased with the contact there. But through he goes. Lexi Partanen, P4 in class. Good day for him in terms of pulling points back. He's got a bit of work to do. Mendes in front of him, P4 in the pro category in the Ferrari. And they've got the Corvette just ahead of the pair of them. Dunn's passed to Merbas. We didn't see that one happen, but Dunn has got past him a while ago. And Dunn is now on the back of Marcel Kraus. So, race winner from pro in the first race to make it 4 from 4. Can Alex Ngoe make it 5 from 5? That is going to be the biggest question here. David Baker, P7 in class at the moment. Looking on the back of Prada. No, he's not. He's looking behind him at Rossoff, trying to come past him, sorry. Rossoff in that Ford Mustang to the outside. Round turn 1. Has he got it fully done? No, not yet. This could bring the Mercedes back into play. It doesn't quite. Rossoff's going to have to go again, and that is the Corvette of Dragotta being overtaken now by Gustavo Mendes. That is not that well. That is not for a class position, so it's not going to matter too much. Partanen, though, is behind these two, who wants to pass Dragotta for that class podium. And Mendes just drifting onto the grass a little bit, manages to hold it all together. Dragotta holds the inside line. He is a determined young man today. He wants to keep hold of this position. Lopez having a look up the inside of Sinan to Merbas now, and Mendes just into the back there of Partanen. And now Hakala is trying to look past Woods, as Woods has got past him. Can't redo the move. So a huge train here behind Dragotta at the moment. Lopez has cleared Sinan to Merbas. Lopez second in class at the minute. Done. Still with Kraus for the second place on the road. Look, this is that fight. Marcel Kraus, race leader in AM. We've done second place in pro right behind him. This is a fight really that Kraus doesn't want. But as long as he's got a car between him and Lopez, he's not overly bothered. Has he just shown Dunn the inside? That's smart driving possibly there from Kraus. Show Dunn the inside. Let the pro quicker driver have that position. You focus on following him with the slipstream. Sinan to Merbas. Third in the pro category, but Prada is gaining. And there is a huge train here behind that of Dragotta. Baker's got ahead of Rossoff now. Woods trying to have a look up the inside of Rossoff as well. They're side by side coming out of the International Horseshoe. And Hackler looking up the inside of the dogleg over Kahn. Kahn keeps hold of that position, and now looking for a move. No lights on his Ferrari, but it's Ericsson, front end damage and everything. P11 still trying to fight hard to get into top 10. What a train of cars, what a race this is. So Dunn now 2.9 behind Alex, with just under 9.5 minutes left to go in this race. Can Alex hold on to make it 5 wins from 5 in the pro category? Carla having a look up the inside at Le Mans, but thinks better of it. Doesn't want to do that move there. Barton on here, P4 in the amateur class. Now looking on the back of Dragotta. This will put him on the podium. Sorry, now it's Prada. He was attacking him around the outside. Dragotta's just ahead. So Partan, this is the fun part of this reverse grid, is the fact that the pros are mixing it with the AMs here. And who's that? Oh no! It's Rossith and Zane Khan. And Khan can't move because Rossith can't move. Khan's out the race. He's called it. And I believe so has Rossith as well. What a shame for the Ford Mustang. Was going so well. That promotes a couple of pro drivers up a couple of spots as well. Puts Ericsson now up to P9 in category. David Baker still looking on the back of Parton and ahead. What a shame for the Mustang. It was having such a good day today at Daytona as well. 2.6 the gap. What was it last lap? 0.3 of a second. Alex Dunn took out the leader. So he's coming a little bit slowly at the minute. 2 minutes 40 to go. Leo with his pillow. He has got some talent. Definitely some good potential. As Dragotta for the future here. Driving really well. Miguel Alonso makes up another place. Here's David Worthrich. P9 in the AM class. Going side by side with Bjerke. Got ahead of Worthrich here. Rattery White moves up to P12 in class. Now look, drops back down to 13th, so he's having a little battle somewhere as well. And Worthrich stays ahead of Bjerke. Here is Jan Duffner fighting hard with Verhavenen, winner of 3 races this season, until Francisco Lopez won the first one. This is what happened with Rossef and Zane Khan then. So coming into turn 1, Khan, too hot into turn 1, too much speed. And around they went, both of them. What a shame. Into turn 1 then, yeah. Bit too much speed there, trying to get past the inside of Woods. We saw contact between himself and Laubish at turn 1. Not sure whose fault that one was. Gap to the leaders now then is under a second. So whatever Alex Dunn has done this lap, he has gained some momentum. Could be the first double winner in the pro category in this iRacing Championship. Has drove absolutely fantastic here. A bit of contact there from the Mercedes on Parton, and it's pushed him wide coming through turn 1. I believe maybe a little bit of contact there from Hakala. And now he drops right behind that of Ericsson in the purple Ferrari with no light. So, yeah, bit of contact. Woods is now side by side with that of Hakala as well. It's going to be interesting. And Alexi was trying to trace down Dragotta as well, who's currently on that provisional podium at the moment with 4.5 minutes left in this race. But it is Dunn who is now within that second of the race leader in the pro field. Lopez over a second behind Kraus, so I think Kraus may have the win here in Am. Don't hold me to that, but I do feel like he could keep hold of this win. There is Lopez in second place. He's 1.1 behind Kraus. Demirbas on for a potential P3 as well. That could be huge for Sinan Demirbas. So Baker was in the pit lane there, so I'm not sure what that is. That was on the pit exit road. Prada's got past Demirbas. So Demirbas here, who could have hung on for P3. It's not going to happen. Prada's got ahead of him. What a shame. Can Demirbas come back in this race? That's going to be the biggest question now. Want to come back onto that. It's good points for Sinan. Either way, Hakala has the fastest lap of the race in the Mercedes-Benz. Even in all that traffic, he's got the fastest lap of the race. Here's Lewis Woods trying to get past him. We're on 27 minutes and 20 seconds. So probably 2 more to go after this. 3 tenths between the leaders now. And this is the lead for Pro as well. 9 tenths between the leaders of AM. Things are going to get interesting on these final couple of laps. There is the Pro lead battle. And just behind this is going to be the AM lead battle. And this is absolutely fascinating to watch here at the moment. There is Kraus, your AM leader. And there behind is Lopez. Not as close as they done. And Ngoe fight. This is Hakala, who was high on the banking there, but Dunn's gone underneath the race leader, and it's side by side between the Ferrari and the Lamborghini, and one Alex versus another Alex. But is it going to be the Lamborghini that comes out on top into the international horseshoe? And Goey goes up the inside, manages to keep hold of that position, just gets in front now. And Dunn will have that inside line coming through the dogleg. Back up the inside he comes, but will have to yield through the outside line of the West Horseshoe. And what a battle this has been. Oh, a send it from Alex Dunn. Not quite able to get it done, though. Got it stopped on the corner and managed to not make the contact. But did that just cost him the run onto the oval a little bit there? What a fight this has been today. Alex Dunn is trying to take the double win. Oh, there's a slowdown! A slowdown for the race leader! Has probably gifted Alex Dunn the race win. They're coming to the line, there's going to be 1 more to go. And Alex Ngoe has had a off-track penalty which has caused him to get a slowdown. And that will gift Alex Dunn the win, who I'm sure, with 5 seconds to go across the line, will take it. Now the fight's on in AM. Marcel Kraus defending from Lopez. So Dunn won race 1, Lopez won race 1. Is it going to be 2 double wins for both the AM and the Pro drivers? Oh, Lopez got very close to the back of Kraus's car there. Verhoevenen's up to P5 ahead of Duffner. So Verhoevenen's having a better second race. I can't believe that that's how the race is going to be decided, with a slowdown. That is painful, painful to watch. But that's racing. And look at how close Lopez is coming. This could be down to the finish line here. Lopez versus Kraus, Porsche versus Lamborghini. Who is going to take this AM category win? Alex Dunn will win the Pro category, barring a mistake, which I don't think he's had. Here comes Lopez on the inside of Le Mans chicane, and has he made that move stick round the outside now? That might, has he got away with the limits there? If he has, that's a great move, but has he just cost himself? No, because look, Kraus is the one who looks like he's got the slowdown, went high up the oval. Oh, what a move, but it's going to be Alex Dunn who will take the race win overall and will take the Pro win here. And it is going to be Francisco Lopez to take the AM win in a great fashion here. Kraus second, Prada third for Pro, Dragotta third in AM. What a drive at the very, very end. And it was a ballsy move, but it paid off. It really paid off from Lopez. You thought he was going to do it after the Le Mans chicane, set him up in the slipstream and get past him. No, he had other ideas. What a fantastic drive from Francisco Lopez. That was absolutely magnificent at the end. I was expecting the run to the line, but Lopez had other ideas. Absolutely, absolutely fantastic. And, well, Alex Dunn, 2 race wins today. Francisco Lopez, 2 race wins today. That is huge for their championship. That is huge for their current standings. Lewis Woods took the fastest lap of the race as well. So what a day, what a bit of drama at the very end here. I believe we are going to hopefully get some drivers in to speak with during the end of this programme. But whoa, what a race, what a day that Daytona has been. And next we go to Monza. So you thought there was a few dramas tonight. We've got that lovely first chicane to come up in 2 weeks' time. Remember, the pre-qualification opens a week tomorrow. Go to apexracingleague.com to get signed up and registered there. 3,500 iRating and above for the Pro category, 3,500 and lower for the AM category. Great race, great podiums. We can, though, speak with Alex Dunn. And Alex, probably not the way you'd have wanted to win that second race. You'd have wanted to fight till the very end, but 2 race wins, you're going to take that nonetheless.
Yeah, I won't complain. Yeah, happy with both races. Enjoyable way to spend my free time. So yeah, good bit of fun.
Good bit of fun. It looked like race 1 was a fantastic fight between you and 6 other drivers in what was an epic battle back and forth, and you managed to come away with that win. Just talk us through a bit about both races.
Yeah, race 1 was a bit more hectic, but no, I felt I controlled it pretty well. Pace was strong despite being in arguably the slower car. So yeah, I felt I managed it pretty well, and the racing was good. And then obviously P20 to P1 in race 2 was nice. So yeah, no, I'm happy. I felt I raced well and the pace was strong.
Pace was strong, and we head to Monza next time around. If you're able to be on that grid, do you think you've got the pace there?
I think so. I've got the real life advantage. I was there last week in F3, so maybe I can put that to good use. So we'll have to see.
Alex, congratulations. Well done on the double win today, and best luck for the rest of the Formula 3 season as well.
Thank you.
Fantastic night then for Alex Dunn, who gets the double win this evening. Brilliant stuff to see here. We can now speak with your double race winner in AM as well, Francisco Lopez, who, let me tell you, what a move at the end there. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know if it was, I mean, I haven't seen from the outside. From the inside, I didn't think I was going to do the corner. When I was braking, I thought no chance, but somehow I made it. I think it's my best move ever. I'm so happy.
Well, I was expecting you to do the move after Le Mans, maybe at the run to the line. You caught me by surprise. So, fantastic move ever. Fantastic. One of the best I've ever seen as well. Just talk us through your racing, though, in that second race. The reverse grid, obviously, you started a bit further down the pack. Just talk us through how you made your way through the field.
Well, I started quite in front, so I didn't have to overtake many cars. It was more like getting a tow from a fast car of the pro category, which was Alex Thune, that I think he won the race in the end. And I used him to get some good pace, to overtake a bit, until the final laps when Alex went away from me. So I had to drive on my own, and there was the key of the race. I had to nail every lap in order to catch Marcel. And I managed to do so. In the final corner, in the final lap, it's right. The normal thing to expect would have been overtaking after the bus stop. But I know the Porsche has like a few or three more kilometers per hour than the Lambo. So I thought it was going to be very difficult to pass him there. So I went to surprise him in the battle. And it worked. It worked.
Surprised everybody. We go to Monza in 2 weeks' time. What can you do around there if you're on the grid?
Well, everything. Now I have a direct drive steering wheel, and I feel like I can do everything. You saw, I know I was benefited by the reverse grid, but I finished third overall. And when in first race I was fighting like with P7, P8 pro guys, so I think I can do everything. I want to win again. I want to win every race in the rest of the season.
Well, Francisco, congratulations today. Fantastic move. We'll hopefully see you at Monza in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you. See you there. Bye.
Great move from Francisco. Best move he's ever made. One of the best I've ever seen. That was absolutely brilliant racing.
Hello.
We can bring you Nogu here now. Then another Alex. Wasn't to be in the second race. It was so close to a race win, but off track gave you that slowdown penalty, which cost you at the end.
Yeah, if I don't do the two slowdowns, probably Alex couldn't even catch me. To be honest, I was really fast, and Alex maybe 1/10, 2 per lap, so he couldn't catch me in any way.
So 2 mistakes from yourself. Is that how Alex got onto the back of you to put you under some pressure?
Yes, I think so. Because first slowdown was because I was thinking more of Alex than my race. I was always looking at the standings, the gap, and then at the bus stop, I went too fast and I did the slow.
Good race though, second place overall. You still have to be happy with that, and that's good. You know, good bit of form moving into Monza.
Yeah, I'm really happy, to be honest, with the race. The first race was, I want to forget that because nothing went as planned. But yeah, Monza, I think the Lambo is not the fastest car, but I'm looking forward and I'm going to be in my best version of myself.
Well, Alex, congratulations on the P2 tonight. Well done, and we'll hopefully see you in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you.
Good night there for Alex as well. So great day. We can speak with Marcel Kraus, and second place in the AM category. Marcel, just wasn't to be tonight, but I tell you what, it was a great move from Lopez to take the win.
Yeah, was hard but fair. It's racing.
Talk us through your race, because you look like you had it pretty much under control from the start.
Yeah, it was okay. Pace was not good for me today. Then on the bus stop, I lost so much time. Every lap, that's crazy.
Indeed. Race 1, talk us a bit about that. What happened there?
For me, a bit luck. Some guys drive crazy, but luck is on my side. Next time can be the opposite, so all good.
Yeah, indeed. We go to Monza in 2 weeks. What do you think you can do at Monza?
Oh, oh, I don't know. I will see. It's not my track.
Well, we will wait and see. We'll find out what happens in 2 weeks. Marcel, congratulations on the P2 tonight, and
Thank
we'll
you.
see you next time.
Bye.
Marcel Kraus there, P2 in the AM category overall tonight, as P2 in the AM tonight. So great night for him. I believe, I'm not sure if we have any more. We do. We have Lucas Prada, P3 in the pro class. Lucas, P3, best you could really do tonight in that second race?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, to be fair, I felt really bad in the car. Not sure if everyone else, but yeah, definitely hard to drive. So yeah, and the car wasn't really that fast today, so I'm pretty happy with P3 and the second race. Obviously, sad it couldn't get better in the first race because, yeah, as I said, the car was super hard to drive, and I just lost it on the first lap. So I just making sure I didn't crash, and yeah, I had a good save there, but definitely unfortunate first race, and yeah, I think the best I could do in the second one.
Super hard to drive. Just tell us in what way the car was difficult to drive tonight.
Well, I think it was pretty obvious from everyone else, just losing the car in the bus stop and just sliding on the exits. Very difficult to put the power down, and because of that, very hard to overtake, get a run on anybody. So yeah, that was the main issues today.
We go to Monza in 2 weeks. Bit of a different circuit hit than Daytona here. Something possibly feeling a bit better for?
Yeah, should be good. Hopefully the car feels a bit better, and yeah, we can do a better job than today.
Well, Lucas, congratulations on the P3. Enjoy that one, and we'll hopefully see you 2 weeks' time at Monza.
Thank you. See ya.
And that is it then. We don't get to bring you Leonardo Dragotta, an interview with him, who finished P3 in the AM class. But what a day it's been here at Daytona. Round 4 of the season is in the bag. We go to round 5 in 2 weeks' time at Monza. Remember, head to apexracingleague.com to sign up and get yourself involved here, as well as follow Racing Unleashed on all our social media platforms as well. 2 weeks' time is the next event for Monza. The countdown is on for the Assetto Corsa Championship as well at the end of October, so make sure you stay tuned on all social media platforms to see any news of that coming around in the next month. But that's all we have time for you today. Been a fantastic day here at Daytona. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.